guys, what's up? My name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel, The Reading Otter 7. So today I'm going to be talking about some of my bookish pet peeves. These are just little things, sometimes they're big things. They're all big to me, but they're little things that kind of just irritate me about books. Whether it's physical, internal, external, you know, just whatever. Some things that kind of get on my nerves. So the first thing I want to talk about is when book series aren't numbered. And this frustrates me to no end because that's the pizza. Go grab it. One of the most annoying things in the world is when you're trying to start a new series and you have no idea what the first book is and you can't figure out because nobody thought to put a little number on the side, or even sometimes they don't put like this series in order on the inside cover. And I have a couple examples of this. And the first one is the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. This is the second one, I believe, Days of Blood and Starlight. I would know because it's not numbered. See what I mean there? See what I mean? And it's not even listed on the inside anywhere. It just says the typography or like a map, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I love books with maps. But it would be nice if I knew which book this was in the series. And the second example of this that I have is the Sylvan Realms series by Cindy Williams Chima. This is also relevant in her The Warrior Era series. Neither of them are numbered. Like, how hard is it to stick a number up on the spine? It's really not that hard. And none of them have the list on the inside either. It just says the Demon King and like a dedication, publication information. But you have no way of knowing if this is the first one. And you don't have Google, which, I mean, everybody has Google, yes, but we shouldn't have to take the time to Google it, okay? Put a number on the side. Like Kingdom Keepers. See how hard that is? Book 2. That's all I ask. The second thing I want to talk about is dog-earing pages. I used to do this when I was younger, so I can't give anybody too much grief, but now that I'm older and I like have more respect for books, I would cry if I dog-eared a page. It's just like, how hard is it to grab like a piece of paper, a scrap of paper even, an old receipt, anything? Just don't fold the pages over. And I'm like even bashing younger Rachel, so don't feel bad if you do it. Okay. The third thing is cover changes mid-series. This irritates me so much because I like my books to match. I don't know about you, but I like my books to match. And for this, I have the example of the Diviners series by Libba Bray. This is the Diviners, look how beautiful it is. See this? Very nice. And then they turned around and did this for Layer of Dreams. Do you see what I mean? This looks nothing like this. And then they changed the original to match the second, which is fine, I get it. Now they can match, but why would you go from this to this? Why? Why? And look, the spines don't even match. Yeah. Come on. Okay, the fourth thing is kind of split into like two different things that kind of irritate me, but it's the Girl in the Distance cover thing, and this is a serious thing for YA, but the one that I have to show you is the Remnant Chronicles by Mary E. Pearson. This is the second one. It actually says book 2. See, even if you put it there, that's okay. But yeah, she's out in the distance. They're all like this, by the way, the whole series. It's just kind of cheesy and overdone. And to kind of go along with that, I also can't stand the girl in a dress. This is also a very big YA thing. All of the YA covers, I feel like, have a girl in a dress. Why? Not all girls wear dresses, first off, and like, for real, you can't be more imaginative? Especially, I've noticed with Kiri Cass's books, like, all of hers are girl in dress. Whatever. Hey, at least they all look uniform. Okay. The next thing that I don't like, this is like the first like internal thing. And I don't really like when a book is split into parts, when there's like part 1, part 2, part 3. I just don't feel like it's necessary. And for this, I have Geekerella by Ashley Poston. I just finished this book and it was good, but I just don't feel like it was necessary to do the parts. Like, and they always like kind of, in my opinion, like waste a page putting in the divide. I can't get to it. See, like, that's 2 pages you could have like text on, and it's just not necessary, I feel like, most of the time, to break up a book. I just don't feel like it is. Especially like 100 pages in, you split it. The next thing that I can't stand is when there's not a description on the back. And this is more of a hardcover thing, but it also happens in paperbacks sometimes, more like adult paperbacks. But I have one example of this is Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, and it just has like author blurbs on the back, which is fine. That's great, but like I really want to see a description when I pick up a book. I don't want to have to like open it up and find a description there. And some books don't even put it there, which is like twice as annoying, because then you have no like idea what this book is about. It's just put it on the back. You can put the author comments on the inside. There you go. Next thing is when books in a series are different heights. This goes again with like, I want all my books to look the same. I want them all to match. And so for this actually fits into another category I was talking about.
I would mention that these aren't even your books.
These aren't even my books. These are my sister's. Actually, a lot of these are my sister's, but that's because she has more books than me. For now. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean. Why? And this is also a cover change mid-series. That makes sense, actually. First one. Second one. Third one. Now granted, I think you can find all of them in either cover, but the fact that they went and changed them at all is what irritates me. But yeah, and they're also, because they're different covers, they're different heights. What? Another thing, they like changed the type, the style of the inside of the book like mid-series. I don't know if you can see that, but these have like little markings where she like decorated the front of every chapter, and then this one doesn't. I don't know if you can see that, but it's two of them are stylized and the third one's not, which is like, why? I'm getting off topic with this. I feel like I've ranted about everything but the height, but still can't stand that. It's just irritating. Why can't books in a series remain uniform in all aspects? How hard is that? Okay, the next thing that I cannot stand is when the hardcover looks so vastly different from the paperback when they release it. Like, when the cover change is just so obvious that it, like, doesn't even feel like it represents the same book. And the only example I could find of this, I'm sure we have more, but we were kind of pressed for time, is The Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. This is also not my book, it's my sister's, just disclaimer. But if I can figure it out, we'll put the picture of the hardcover like somewhere not on top of my face, preferably. Maybe over there, I don't know. But it's a lot different. I don't even think the girl in The Dark Days Club is like really small and like kind of not the front of it, and it's just like beautiful typography up front, if I'm remembering correctly. And this looks extremely different. Like, the color scheme's different, the typography's different, all of it's different, and I don't like that. I feel like it should be even, I mean, if you're gonna change it, that's fine, but it needs to like kind of resemble the hardcover, and I just don't feel like this does. Alright, so the next thing that really bothers me is when a book uses multiple points of view in excess. Now, I don't mind if you do like a couple chapters and then you like change points of view, or actually I'm currently reading Anti-Goddess by Kendare Blake, and she does a chapter in Athena's point of view and then a chapter in Cassandra's point of view, and she just does it like that, which is fine. I feel like that's still a little bit too much, but she also provides a rhythm, and none of it's like backtracking, so you can always tell where you're at in the story, and you can always tell who's speaking. But for me, and like but Rick Riordan does it a couple times, but he always specifies who's speaking at the beginning. And he usually has like a uniform cycle. But for me, the Fallen Kingdom series by Morgan Rhodes, and this is just one example, kind of uses them too much and jumps around too often, and some of it's like present, some of it's back, and it's just like really confusing. Points of view, if done correctly, are effective. If done incorrectly, like I believe this series, not necessarily the greatest example of how to do it correctly, it can be really confusing and just kind of excessive, so. yeah. And the last thing I'm going to talk about, I'm sure I have more, but this is all I could think of at the time, is when you have a series, but you don't have it in the same format. And this is just a personal thing, and it's kind of my own fault. But I hate when you have like a hardcover of one book, and then like a paperback, and then a hardcover again, or something like that. And I'm working on remedying this problem. But for right now, I have 2 series that this is especially a problem with. And it's the Series of Unfortunate Events series by Lemony Snicket, and then the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. And I have The Lightning Thief, Titan's Curse, The Battle of the Labyrinth, and The Last Olympian all in hardback. And then I have The Sea of Monsters, which is book 2, in paperback. I had them all in paperback to begin with, and then I started buying them slowly at Second and Charles, a local used bookstore, in hardcover as I found them, and I just haven't found this one really cheap yet. But it really irritates me because I have 4 of them in hardback and then like book 2 in paperback. It just, it hurts my heart a little bit. Like I want them to all be the same. But at least they look the same. See what I'm going back to a previous pet peeve. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up or subscribe. And if you find Hermione, let me know where she's at in the comments down below. I'll see you guys next time.